This man wants to go surfing. Suddenly, he clings to the sand rib, but the slippery sand rib cannot hold his weight. He continues to slip downwards. Behind is a cliff over 100 meters high. Fortunately, he can hold it. At this time, his girlfriend calls him. His right hand tries to grab the sand, and his left hand unlocks the bag to take out the phone. But when he gets the phone, he slips straight down. Maybe his life just ends like that. With just a little more to fall, he clings to the sand. There are a lot of reef below. Just not being careful, he will lose his life. But he is not about to keep it either. Suddenly he counts. He is calculating the time the wave hits the shore. After that, his leg can't avoid being hit with a rock. He uses all his strength to swim up. He survives that accident. He climbs on top of a rock, breathing heavily, but when he stands up, he immediately falls down. After waking up, he finds that there is a long deep wound on his hand. His waist is also badly injured. His legs lose the feeling, only his toes can move. He hurriedly takes his bag, takes out his phone, but he forgets that the Galaxy phone is not waterproof. He immediately throws down the phone, shouts for help, but there is no one except the sound of the sea. No matter how he calls for help, no one answers. Wanting to survive, he just has to rely on himself. He takes off his clothes carefully, wraps the wound on his hand. His legs has completely lost feeling. By the time the sea level rise, he let himself drift along the water. The wound is soaked with seawater, extremely painful. He risks his life to float on the sea like water. But after a while he becomes exhausted and sinks into the ocean. The sea looks beautiful, but as he gets closer and closer to death, he begins to hallucinate. He sees his girlfriend. His girlfriend tells him, "You must live." He slowly sinks to the bottom of the sea. Suddenly he opens his eyes and endures the pain and tries to swim upwards. In the illusion, his girlfriend goes far away. At the same time, the wound on his hand appears. His forehead also begins to bleed. He sees himself crawling up the sand. When he regains consciousness, he finds that he has no strength left. The wound on his body has also been inflamed. It has been 24 hours since the accident happened. At this moment, a surfboard is swept ashore. He crawls toward the surfboard with difficulty and is swept into the ocean by a fierce wave. Intelligently, he sticks his bag on the rock to avoid being swept away by the seawater. Can he survive? He is collecting his urine. He hasn't drunk water for 48 hours. However, this time a wave sweeps his urine away. At night he is shivering. He can only use the remaining foil to cover his body against the cold. Now there is thunder in the sky. It seems like it is going to rain. He hurriedly takes out his supplies to catch the rain. He opens his mouth to enjoy the water. But the god is teasing him. He looks desperately away, lying on the ground, telling himself he can't die. The next day, the ringing of the phone wakes him up. He is very happy to head to the phone, digs up the phone. Seeing his parents, he immediately bursts into tears. He wants to talk to his parents, but this is just a video that his parents sent him. He still has no way of contacting anyone. At this time, he once again appears hallucinating. He sees his old friends on the sea waving at him, but the beautiful illusion cannot help him escape the truth. The cruel reality is that he is about to die. The man looks towards the sea. In a vague moment, he seems to see a ship. This is his last chance to survival. Either live or die. He crawls onto the surfboard facing the sea. The waves hit the shore and then hit his face, pushing him forward. After swimming for a while, he finds no ships. Maybe this is also an illusion. He has no strength, falls from the surfboard. In his mind once again appears the images of happy days with his girlfriend. He is about to die. At the moment of danger, a ship appears on his head. A diver swims down and hugs him and saves him on board. It turns out that the ship is not a hallucination. In a state of not eating or drinking for 3 days, he still keeps hoping to live. The lesson is that a minute of carelessness, regret for the whole life. This review is over. See you in the following videos. Thank you.